We start with overnight news. A car crashed into a wall here near Pearce and Barcelona in the southwest part of Albuquerque. Just one car involved in the crash. When Bernalillo County Sheriff's deputies got there about midnight, the driver and anyone else who may have been inside the car had already taken off. So far, there's no word from deputies about what exactly happened, but they are investigating. Of course, they're trying to find exactly who was in that car.
And a man in a wheelchair is dead this morning after police say he was hit by a car. It happened just before 9 last night in southeast Albuquerque. Cops say he was crossing Zuni at Alvarado when it happened. That intersection should be back open this morning after being closed while police diagrammed the scene. No word if any citations were issued.
Well, probably not what you want to hear on this Thursday, but more road work in the northwest part of Albuquerque may affect your drive to work and school this morning. Bernalillo County says road maintenance crews will begin working on 2nd Street today, south from Alameda Boulevard to just north of Alamosa Road. This is in the North Valley. The work is going on between 8 in the morning and 3:30 in the afternoon. Today, tomorrow, and Saturday, we're told lanes will be closed in both directions on 2nd Street. And the road projects just to keep on coming.
Yes, most of you already know about the massive reconstruction of the Paseo del Norte and I-25 interchange. Well, now the city is planning to expand another key area. The city council recently picked a design firm to plan a $12 million upgrade to a section of Alameda Boulevard between I-25 and 2nd Street. Traffic studies show that Alameda is one of the most congested routes in the metro. And with no new river crossings in the works, widening Alameda between 2nd Street and the river could actually add more capacity, according to the city. It also requires that Bernalillo County step in, and that is not something in the county's plans. Now, Levi Chavez is the neighborhood association president. He is right in the path of the city's plans, and he says he's worried about all of this.
They can say, well, we need to widen this for more traffic, and sure enough, when they widen it, we get more traffic. And I'm afraid that as people get the habit of using Alameda while Paseo is under construction, that habit will persist after Paseo opens.
The city says construction on that stretch of Alameda would not start until 2015. Going back to the Paseo I-25 interchange project, the left lane should be reopened today at the I-25 northbound off-ramp. But the right lane is expected to be closed, so crews can do some work there. All other closures will continue as before. Changes and improvements are in store for a community center in Bernalillo County, and you can weigh in on the planning today.
This is all for the Paradise Hills Community Center out west, and it's where our Samantha McDonald is right now. Sam, what's going on out there?
Good morning, Matt and Elizabeth. Well, many people come here for working out, taking classes, sending their kids to after-school programs. But today, people can get a chance to share some ideas on how to improve the place. Bernalillo commissioners they want to create a 10-year master plan for this center, which includes improvements, renovations, and additions to the existing facility. They want to wait to finalize plans before they apply for funds. Some of the ideas being tossed around include building a second gym, a fitness center, and improving the meeting rooms. But officials say they want to hear from you. So if you live in the area, they say they want any ideas that you may have to help make it as useful as possible.
What we want to put together is really to focus on multi-generational, focus on all of our constituents as fairly and as possibly as we can.
So if you have ideas, you can come here today from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And if you miss out, don't worry, it's happening again tomorrow at the same times. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you for the update, Samantha. Coming up a little bit later in a half hour, we're going to hear from folks in the area and see what they want to see happen at that community center. Well, if one group in New Mexico has its way, a trip to the grocery store could be more expensive for you. Right now, the state is paying cities so they don't have to tax what you buy for food. But the governor signed a tax package this year to slowly do away with that funding. Well, now the New Mexico Municipal League, a group that lobbies for cities, wants to allow local governments to apply sales tax to food.
That happened in 2004 when they took the tax off of food. We said to them we could not afford to lose that much revenue out of our tax base.
The New Mexico Municipal League director there says many local governments are on board with this plan, but many reports indicate Governor Martinez is against the idea of taxing food. Well, the Department of Workforce Solutions wants state legislators to boost its funding by $11.4 million for its next budget year, quadrupling what it spent last year. The Albuquerque Journal says most of this money would go toward the new computer system, which handles unemployment, taxes, and claims. With the increased number of business owners and jobless workers using that system, the agency says it is critical that the state step up.
New Mexico Congressman Steve Pearce has paid back the salary he collected during the partial government shutdown. Yesterday, Pearce sent a check to the U.S. Treasury for more than $6,200. It's what he got paid during the 16-day the government was closed. 16 days, while the government was closed and while hundreds of thousands of federal workers were furloughed. Now, as for the rest of the state's congressional delegation, 3 promised to give all or part of their pay to charity. Senator Martin Heinrich is the only one keeping his full salary. Members of Congress are paid $174,000 a year. Former Albuquerque police officer Levi Chavez, who was acquitted of murder, is trying to get out of paying a legal bill. This summer, a jury found Chavez not guilty of murdering his wife Tara in 2007 when he was an Albuquerque cop. He insisted she committed suicide. The defense and prosecution were both billed $3,000 for questionnaires sent to potential jurors before his trial. At a hearing yesterday, Chavez claimed he's broke and asked the judge to throw out the fee. The judge refused. Chavez still faces a trial on a wrongful death civil lawsuit filed by Tara's family. He's representing himself because he says he can't afford an attorney.